Hi there, this video is showing you how to take better pictures in 4 simple steps. It's based on an article that I made, and what I did, when I studied photography, I got lots of books. It's about 12 years ago. I got lots of books. I studied different people and tried to come up with the main things that they did to make interesting photos. So I came up with an acronym, CIAS. So C is for color. Always look for lots of color on things that you're taking. Interesting, must be something interesting happening. If it's not interesting, then go and find something or somewhere that's with something interesting happening. Angles. So normally we take photos, we just say, okay, look at the camera, smile, and we take the photo. But what I try to do, I try to put the camera looking up, looking down, looking through something. And then the final one is shoot, shoot, shoot. And what I'm trying to say there is that you might get lucky and take one shot and it's perfect, but probably not. What you have to do is take lots of shots and just pick out the best. So let's go through those one by one. So color, here I downloaded these images on Pixabay, just to find ones that really showed the thing I'm talking about here. So I'm talking about color. This one, you got bright green Kermit with a red scarf on a white background, so he really stands out. Now, sometimes your colors come out dull. You'll take a picture and you think, oh, it looks good, and then you get home and you look at it, not that good. And what you can do, especially using a smartphone or some of these smaller phones, you can change the settings and actually make them increase the color. So just add a bit more oomph to them. And with the DSLRs, actually nowadays mostly you can make the settings so you add more color. But you can also then just open them up in something like Photoshop or an online editor, and you can add saturation. It's either adding saturation, contrast, or vibrance, and those things will make the things stand out. Just be careful. If you've got a person in there, then you don't want the skin to look orange or look strange. But you can normally add some color. Okay, so that's the first one, and I just contrasted that to one that I saw here. This is some kite surfers, and the problem here is the distance, and because it's quite humid, so it looks very dull. That's actually the water in the air that's made that look dull. And a good idea here would have been to maybe get someone preparing to go out. You could have them just setting off where you've got the color of the kite and the color of their surfboard, maybe even their wetsuit might have color in it. You could have taken that as a close-up, and then maybe these could have been in the background, and that would have been a much better picture. Either that or swim out with your camera and take a picture from out there, but that's not very practical. So let's look at the next thing, is interesting. So here, this picture tells a story. They're collecting water by the look of it, and it's raining at the same time, and they're having fun with it. So it's telling a story. It's actually, they've done a bit more with this image. They've darkened the outside here, which has made you focus on the people more. But the important thing here is something interesting. And I travel a lot, and normally what I see is I see people, they stand there, look at the camera, and someone takes a picture of them, or they take a selfie, and the actual interesting thing is behind them and kind of covered up a bit. What I would suggest is just do something. So a lot of the time I live in Asia, and what I would say is, like, buy something from a food stall and then have someone take a picture of you buying the food, or go on a hike and have someone take a picture of you walking up a mountain or climbing something, just to tell a story of what you did, rather than just showing the background. Especially landscapes don't really come out that well on photos. So make it interesting. Here's one that I think is not interesting. Maybe good to look at in 50 years time and say, oh, I remember that, but not really an interesting photo. Let's go down. The next one is angles, and really you need to take lots of angles. Especially for children, get down low. Don't just take a picture looking down at them. Get down on their level, and for animals like your pet dog, get right down there. Get lower than the dog, so it actually looks like maybe you're another dog taking the photo or something. But when I say angles, you can take it through something. You can have, sometimes you'll have the trees just making a frame, so you're taking a picture through some trees. Yeah, just don't always show the front of someone. You can show the back of someone so that you can see what they're doing or what they're looking at, and can kind of change the mood of things. So here, because we don't really know what she's thinking, it just adds a bit of mystery to the photo. Here's another one. This is looking up, so it's a child, but we're looking up and we're looking through the bubble. So again, it just makes it a little bit different. And what I've said here is shoot, shoot, shoot. And it really is. You've got to take lots of photos and then just pick the best. Just go through quickly, get rid of the ones you don't like. Especially sometimes the focus won't be right. With people, you should, if you really want a good photo, focus on their eyes. And sometimes you'll find, oh, the focus wasn't, the focus was on the background or something. So if you've got lots of shots, then you can just pick out the good ones. And I read something one time that National Geographic photographers will take something like 11,000 photos on average, and then just pick one for each 11,000 photos. They just pick out one. So I think that was an average or something. So it just tells you that these great photos that you see in National Geographic, a little bit is by chance. It's because they've taken so many photos. All right, so that's the tips on taking photos. And I'll make this into a YouTube video. So if you like it, please give it a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel. Any questions, put them in the comments box. And thanks a lot for watching the video. I'll put some links to these different ideas or any websites I've used here so that you can have a look further. And thanks a lot. Okay, bye then.